What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and I apologize for the later videos today. I've been out at the local airport here. I was helping one of the NIL guys out that actually has a Cessna. That was actually fun. Get some hours in an old analog bird. That was fun. But in today's video, I got to talk about what's going on with Stellantis. Tim Kuniskis, they did their presentation of, during Investors Day of what was coming, things that were changing, products that are coming, and I'm going to say it, right? I told you so. Guys, before we get into today's video, we got to talk about the giveaway going on the channel right now. The Dodge Viper SRT 10 is now active on the channel, as well as the Viper pickup truck. Both are currently up and have extra entries posted. The SRT 10 Viper is about 80% sold out on the extra entries, so probably at some point this evening you'll start seeing some of those say sold out. Once those extra entries are sold out, that's it, unless we do like a package or something for both of the the Viper truck and the car or something, maybe towards the end. But if you want to get in on it at the highest available rate of entries, because we won't go above what's there now, right? It's very simple to do so. Go to tk'sgarage.bigcartel.com. Link is in the description down below. Full video on the car and everything as well, too. I highly recommend you go check it out. All right, so Stellantis had their Investor Day, and boy, let me tell you, it's been an interesting 24 hours between Kyle Busch passing away and just news, personal life stuff. It's been a very interesting and trying 24 hours, let me tell you. So in today's video, I want to talk about this change. Stellantis bets $70 billion on reshaped lineup to fuel a turnaround. Now, online interest already in just the Rumblebee is the highest. The most articles being written, the most talk about everything going on since the Hellcat in 2015. There has not been this kind of interest in FCA. And I know it's Stellantis now, but it is literally the American brands that are going to carry this entire friggin' company. So let's talk a little bit about it. So Stellantis' 5-year, nearly $70 billion business turnaround plan, which includes new products for all 4 of its North American brands. Remember the whole, we're only gonna focus on Jeep and Ram. Miss me with that shit. Told you so. Antonio Filosa, the CEO of the maker of Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, I don't know how they couldn't put that in the right order, but whatever, detailed the plans to investors on Thursday. The planned restocking includes a small pickup for Ram and a new powerful off-road Jeep SUV. Dodge gets a performance-focused hatchback, and 3 crossovers are coming to Chrysler, providing new product for the automaker's 2 diminished U.S. legacy brands. In North America, its largest, most profitable region, let me say this again, most profitable region, not Europe, it all begins with the product, right? The company is targeting 25% revenue growth as it launches 11 new vehicles in the next 5 years. It all begins with product, Filosa said, and you probably heard Tim Kuniskis say that in the presentation when it came to the Rumblebee, if you don't remember. That's bound to benefit the company, U.S. plants, even if Filosa didn't specify which plants any of the new products would be allocated to. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a coming video because I've seen some of the same people are reporting that the Rumblebee is going to be built in Mexico, just like these dumb motherfuckers said that Hemis were being built in Dundee in July. And it's now a whole nother year and there's no Hemis being built in friggin' Dundee, okay? Not yet. There is one coming. We'll talk about that. It's a new Hemi, it's smaller displacement, and it's dual overhead cam. More on that in an upcoming video, if you guys want to know about it. If not, I don't have to talk about it. I know about it. It's up to you. Anyways, let's talk about this. So, Tim did do an interview. He did do a spot where he talks about it. Let me go ahead and roll that clip right now for you guys so you guys can hear what Tim said on his vision and the idea of being over the North American brands.
Our plan for North America is very simple. Get the product right. It is essential that we bolster the Chrysler brand portfolio, adding 3 new crossovers below the Pacifica, allowing Chrysler to enter the $25,000 to $35,000 space where today none of the American brands compete. Now this year Dodge is shifting into second gear. We just started shipping 2-door and 4-door Chargers, gas powertrains, and a refreshed Durango is on the way. The big news though is that we're going to be adding a true entry-level performance vehicle. Today, the Jeep brand is on a product launch offensive, launching 4 new products right now. The fastest growing brand in North America in Q1, Ram. And right now, we are growing our volume, plus expanding our coverage into the fastest growing part of the truck industry with our new Express models and relaunching the ProMaster City small cargo van. Ram will be the first to add a full line of on-road performance muscle trucks. This expansion formula will be leveraged even further though. First, with a new compact truck based on the Rampage out of South America. Then we will launch an all-new midsize truck, the Dakota, and finally a 3rd new entry for Ram with a full-size SUV, the Ram Charger. By the end of the plan period, this is what the American brand showrooms will look like. 23 models, every single one new or significantly refreshed, and 11 of the 23 completely new.
All right, so I like it. I like where he's coming from here, and you know what he said is going to be the move. I really like it. And you know, they have this 2030 100% refreshed showroom. You got this whole thing right here where it shows all of the different products and whatnot. And Chrysler gets the Airflow, the Aero, and the Aero Cross. Now, I'm willing to bet that this Airflow is probably going to be based off of the GLM, or for Dodge. They're going to be the same vehicle. Now, I heard people saying, some of my sources were saying, oh no, it's a hatchback Charger. And I was like, no, that's not the crossover. This is not the crossover that you're looking for. I don't mean to be Obi-Wan Kenobi here, but that's not what it is. Is that vehicle coming? Yes. It depends on how some of these rollouts go for other stuff. Remember, when I interviewed Tim on the, I don't want to say the tarmac, but on basically the tarmac, out on the runway there, or the track at the proving grounds, that he said that, you know, we have these 4 products and there may be more in this vein coming. Like there could be more stuff coming. One of the things that they did put up though, everything that has a little flag next to it means SRT model, which means the Charger is getting a Hellcat engine. I told you guys that this was happening. They're going to get an SRT edition. Hashtag I told you so. It would not surprise me if they also come out with an Apache edition, just like they did. Like the Rumble B series is literally a map for what they could do with every other product that they want to SRT. Now I find that this GLM product, this hot hatch, which if it's, as long as it's not another rebadged Alfa Romeo, which I think Tim is smart enough not to do. All right, I think Tim and Matt are smart enough not to just rebadge another Alfa Romeo. They can build their own thing. They can take one of these food stamp Jeeps or whatever and give it a ton of power and rebadge it or whatever, but do something else. Now, let's get into the Dodge part, and I'll cover each one of these brands individually in terms of these products, because what did I tell you guys? Remember when me and Butter and OC Motivator were talking about this fucking Viper looking thing well over a year ago, as they were making clay models and shit of this thing. And I've talked about it several times. And we find out that maybe it's not a Viper, and that it does have Maserati inspiration in terms of its, you know, body and setup and all of that stuff. I told you that this was coming. Oh, they're not even going to make this cheaper. They're not going to make this hyper halo car thing. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, you're wrong. We were right again. Now, is it a Viper? No. But we clarified this what, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, that it could be a Stealth, it could be the Duster, who knows what it's going to be, but it's there. Going over to Jeep, I mean, the Recon, the Cherokee, but what I do find interesting is the Grand Wagoneer has an SRT flag. Where'd you hear that first? Yeah, myself and Butter the Insider told you that this was getting an SRT edition of the Grand Wagoneer, meaning Hellcat power. Why? Because they can compete directly with the Escalade V and beat it on a regular basis. I think they're going to have an entire Trackhawk line, just like they did the Rumblebee. You're going to have the Escalade. You're going to have the Grand Wagoneer. You're going to have the Cherokee and the Cherokee L, and it wouldn't surprise me if they have SRT versions of the L and the regular Cherokee, all different versions of Trackhawk, all different sizes. Where did you hear that? We've been telling you this shit for over 6 to 7 months, right? 8 months, whatever it's been. It's been a minute. So now the Ram Charger, that's interesting. Well, I'll get onto this Jeep thing too. I think the Jeep proposition for what they're going to do is with this other Jeep pickup truck that they're going to produce is it's going to be the Wrangler Scrambler. That's literally going to be a Rampage that they Jeepify, right? Or the Fiat thing that they Jeepify. It literally is what it's going to be. It's going to be a smaller, Rampage-esque truck, just like Ram is going to get the Rampage here as well. It'll be the same truck. It'll just be Jeep and Ram making it. And it will probably be made at Belvedere with the Dakota, most likely. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that, because I think that'll be the quicker they can get stuff running into Belvedere, the quicker I think people will be happy to see, things coming about. So, seeing that Rampage coming to Ram, the Dakota, which they still have under a sheet, so I don't know if it's going to have any different styling cues or differences from the Dakota that's currently sold in South America, which I already think looks pretty dope if you ask me. But most likely it will, and there will be an SRT version of the Dakota. I mean, if you remember, they had the Dakota Sport. What did that thing have? The 5.9 liter V8 in it? The RT? That thing was insane. So could they put a 6.2 liter Hellcat engine in a Dakota? I think that thing would be the fastest production truck at that point. How light that thing would be with a Hellcat engine in it? Whew, I think Tim is going to be breaking records every single year with every new product. And then that gets us over to the Ram Charger, which everybody thinks it's going to be a full size, that they're only going to make like the really long version of like a 1500, sitting on a 1500 platform like a Ram. But I think you'll have that, right? You'll have the longer wheelbase version. But I also think they're going to take the Rumblebee, that shorter frame, and they're going to make a Ram Charger Sport out of that, and that's going to get SRT'd. Yeah. So there is a lot of things to look forward to, and we're going to get all of this within the next 4 years. 2026 is almost halfway over. 27, 28, 29, getting into 30. All this stuff has to come out in the next 36 months. Start saving your money. If you're looking to get anything like this, this is all huge, huge news. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I will be doing individual videos on all of the information I have on the individual products. And I'm going to be honest, when it comes to the Chrysler products, the Airflow, the Aero, and the Aero Cross, I don't have much on those, which tells me that they really ain't far in development at all. In terms of that Viper-esque Halo car that they're building that's supposed to be cheaper, I have tons of stuff on that, so we'll definitely be covering that. In terms of the Hellcat stuff with the Charger, we told you, I think, and this is how I know, like sometimes I think shit happens on purpose. They literally drove this thing by with everybody that does YouTube news and leaks and stuff in the van. Like, it's like and then floored it, like made it loud when they went by. They did that on purpose. They wanted us to see that wide body Charger with the different hood and the body panels from SEMA on it. They wanted us to see that. 100%. I guarantee it, with the little emission pipes and shit coming out of the side of it. They wanted us to see that car because I think that's coming sooner than later. Probably this summer. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you're subscribed here, because if you want to hear about stuff that's coming from this company first, especially like inside news, leaks, things of that nature, you know we stay on top of it. We're usually 5 to 6 months ahead of everybody else. Until next time, stay petty, my friends.